Dawn and Christopher going through the papers today. And Christopher, we want to begin with a delivery food bike rider, right? So somebody that does Just Eat or Deliveroo or something. He came into a bit of luck. Tell me what happened and what he did with it.
Well, David Clark, who's from Liverpool, he is a rider on a bike to get food to people. He does all those sort of things, and he was inherited from his mother £100,000.
Yes, yes.
And so what does he do? He decides to give it away. And he approaches people to see if they would like it or if they would like to suggest people who he could give it to. And it's a wonderful story.
This was a dozen random strangers.
Yes, exactly, which I think is fantastic.
But he's going to live to regret it. Right?
Why?
Well, one day he's going to want to buy a house or he's going to have children.
Well, he may have a house already.
University. A Deliveroo driver.
Well, his mother had 100,000. Anyway, we don't know that, do we? I think it's a lovely gesture.
I think it's fantastic, but I do think, maybe he was acting a bit in haste here.
Well, so you know what? It's one of the few nice stories in the paper.
Okay,
exactly.
To ruin it.
So you wouldn't give it away then?
No. I mean, I'd give a percentage of it away, but not all of it away.
No. I wouldn't give anything away.
You know what? I'm pretty much with Biggins on this one.
Yeah, well, talking about the cost of things, Valentine's Day, right, which is fast approaching, less than 10 days away, 9 days away. So 1 in 20 people believe the cost of Valentine's Day is too expensive to celebrate. I can see the sense of that, Dawn.
It's just the problem with Valentine's Day is you feel like you've got to be romantic, which is why you get the cliche of couples staring at each other over restaurant tables, not saying anything, but they've paid a fortune for it. And it's just, I think it's just marketing gone mad. I mean, you have to pay so much for a box of heart-shaped chocolates or pink champagne.
None of that I mind. But I think it's for fresh love, new love. While it's bubbling away, you can't. It's where you run out of conversation is when it's been going on for 25 years.
You old cynic, you. We've been married. We've been together 41 years this year, and I still love him as much as I did back then. The problem I have with Valentine's Day is it's the husband's birthday the day before. So whatever you want to do, everything is up in price. Everyone thinks, a hotel is suddenly more expensive, for that romantic night away, Eamonn, remember? When first love is bubbling away.
But surely what you should do is then say, we are going to reallocate your birthday to being in January or being in March.
Doesn't quite work like that, does it really?
But just the cost of going out. Anyway, I went out on Thursday night, 2 drinks for my husband and me, and a bowl of chips with parmesan on top because we didn't want to be.
Well, you know how to treat a girl.
We were going out later for dinner. Guess how much that came to?
£30.
£70.
You're joking.
70?
Just literally in the bar opposite the theatre that we were going to afterwards.
West End Theatre area.
And I thought, people can't afford £70 on a pre-drink before they go to the
But you know what theatres are now? £300, some shows.
Yes.
We're going to the Cirque du Soleil next week, and the friend of ours is taking us suddenly let rip that he actually paid £300 a ticket at the Albert Hall. So that's £1,200 they spent. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, and the trouble is, it means that only those people who can afford it will go.
Exactly.
And then eventually those people run out of interest.
Well,
so that they price themselves out.
Yeah.
You say that, but all these theatres at £300 are full.
They're full out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not just the theatre. It's like even things like going to football these days. 55 quid, 60 quid a ticket. By the time you bought a programme, you brought some food for the kids.
But it's good value if you go and your team wins 3-0.
Oh, why did I do that?
There's a football fan for you.
He's been dying.
I know.
Biggins, let's talk about wrinkles. I always look at you, Biggins, and I think there are no wrinkles on a balloon.
Yeah, I was going to say fat helps. We were talking this... No, he's absolutely right. I mean, Dawn and I were talking about this, and I said fat. Because if you're fat, you don't have any wrinkles.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
I work hard at keeping it up. You're looking well. You're fading away to nothing.
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Do not do what you did earlier when you were asked how you were losing weight. Do not do that.
All right, OK.
No.
So research has found that people believe if you have wrinkles, you're less pleasant and trustworthy.
Oh, I would have thought
Well,
it's the other
I
way
don't know where
round.
they get that from.
Laughing lines, making
Yes.
it look kind and smiley.
Yeah, I think, people have to now make comments about everything, and I think this is a ridiculous comment to
What's the
make.
psychology behind it, though, with linking wrinkles with being less trustworthy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Weird.
I mean, I'm obviously deeply untrusting. That's why I have a fringe.
Stop it. What
So
about...
you're not in agreement with that?
No, I'm not at all,
How
Eamonn.
do you avoid becoming a balloon and being untrustworthy? You don't shun carbs, Dawn, this is according to Greg Wallace.
Yeah, this is an interview that Greg Wallace, presenter of BBC's MasterChef, has said that people do not need to shun pasta and potatoes to lose weight. He's lost 5 stone recently, which is pretty good going at 59.
He's had a gastric band or something, surely.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Can't eat potatoes and carbs and lose 5 stone.
He's citing the Italians and the Spanish, who, the Spanish with their paellas, rice, potatoes, the Italians, pasta and the pizzas, and he goes, they are on the whole quite slim nations. The problem I have with this story is it's not one size fits all, and with carbs, and we have a huge increase in type 2 diabetes in this country, and carbs are like toxic if you are on the verge of diabetes.
It's not so much carbs, it's processed food, and it's the junk that we have had imposed on us from America, who've bought up all our food companies, and the fact that's the way more processed food is going. There's just not good processed food.
To be fair, Eamonn, you've nailed it as well, because Greg does also say, he goes, one of the ways he lost weight was to stop buying pre-packaged processed food and to start cooking more at home himself with fresh ingredients.
There we go.
And also, the helpings you get in America are ridiculous. I mean, you could have a meal and you could eat that for the rest of the week.
Well, I think that's the European thing, isn't it? We look at all these Italians, whatever, they don't eat vast quantities. A little bit of everything goes a long way without being excessive, supersizing everything.
Guys, thank you very much indeed. We're going to see you again in about 40 minutes. Thank you, Dawn and Chris. Let's get a weather update now, because it's a bit of a mixed bag this week. It's going to start off quite mild. It's going to get rainy. Then it may get snowy as we head towards the weekend. Jonathan Vautry will put you in the picture.